But we got magic in the next episode.
Somehow that doesn't reassure me. I'm afraid.
Oh. All right, and we're back. All right, so let's talk about this episode 6. Oh, it's magic.
It's magic.
You know.
Never believe it's not. Okay, so the episode is about...
that was loud. Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Ned magic, where it's like...
Not like weird necromantic activity.
I remember, like, I kept thinking of, like, Michael Sheen talked about magic one time on a podcast, and he was like, I don't like magic because I know it's not magic, it's an illusion. So we're talking about illusion magic.
Right.
We're like...
Illusion.
It's illusions. But we start off in the past where it's a happier baby Ned.
Yay.
Who has no trauma.
This is pre-trauma.
This is pre-trauma.
Young Ned would discover this magic was not magic at all. Alakazam. It was just a trick. After Ned's mother died, his father performed another trick.
And his dad is performing like a sleight of hand, like magic trick with like put the ball in and then you do it around. But it's super magic because there's like more than one ball. And then he's like, Alakazam. And it's like all happy. What can go wrong in this child's life?
Everything. So many things.
He has some good stuff. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't like magic.
No.
I'll be back. And when his father never came back, Maurice and Ralston loved their father and delighted in his magical tricks.
That Halloween when Ned saw them and the dad's performing the magic trick again for Maurice and Ralston. And then he also abandons them.
Yeah, so.
Magicians?
Illusionists.
At the mere mention of magic, he experienced the sting of anxiety-induced acid reflux.
Ugh, who doesn't like magic?
I love magic.
Magic is the devil's work, you little devils. Magically delicious little devils.
Oh,
I thought you were magically delicious.
Like a confection.
So we cut back to the present, and Maurice and Ralston are, we find out that they are performers at the Conjuring Castle. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot going on in this town.
A lot going on. This town has all kind. If you have a hobby, this town has some kind of arrangement for it.
Yes, and then they come to the pie hole to fully hang out with their newfound half brother.
They're like super excited about the whole brother thing. Like they're not complaining. They're like, hell yeah.
I think we need to explain something about Maurice and Ralston. They are like Peter Parker played by Tom Holland in that they are puppies that we need to protect from Thanos.
Yeah. they are very. It's funny because they're not like that much younger. Like, how old are they supposed to be? They're only like a few years younger than Ned, which would make them like in their mid-20s.
Well, I think like in the bit where the Halloween bit when Ned was like seeing them, he was about 9. I think they were supposed to be probably around like 6.
Right.
So they're probably, and like Ned's like about 30.
Yeah.
So they're
about like literally our age. But like they are just they act a lot less mature because it feels like they didn't grow up in some ways.
It kind of feels like a lot of people weren't giving them were kind of feeding them lies.
Yeah.
Again, they're puppies.
They were sheltering them from the harsh truths of reality.
Because basically they think that their dad had to go away for something because he's an important man. And he had to go away for something. He didn't just abandon his children.
No, he wouldn't abandon his children.
And not traumatize them.
A
Hey!
magic show.
A magic show? Where did I put that?
That's like I regret everything.
A cherry rhubarb crumble on his sleeve.
We're performing after the second
So this
performance
is
of
where
the great Herman.
illusionists.
He's the big muckety-muck patriarch of the...
Had to leave?
Why else would he have left? After Dad had to leave, Herman was the
Had
next
to
best
leave.
thing.
Yay.
Had to leave.
Another
Will you come to the show, big brother?
big half-brother. Once removed by the fact that you didn't know I existed until last week.
I'd like to RSVP in the resoundingly affirmative.
I thought you said magic was a voodoo grift.
It is a voodoo grift.
But also Ned
but
exists?
exposing these two in their fairy dust.
And preferably amazed. What do you say, Freya Pie Maker?
Freya Pie Maker.
Put your name on it.
But meanwhile, Ned's just is like he's not okay. Mm-hmm. He's having a lot of anxiety-induced acid reflux because there's magic.
Right.
And but the brothers want to invite Ned and his buddies to the show they're doing. Emerson's kind of skeptical with the magic thing. Although, like, is it because of the illusion magic that he's skeptical with? Because, like, he's seen magic with Ned. And also, Olive and Chuck are kind of excited. Olive, I think, is hitting on the brothers.
Yeah, I think she probably is trying to see the things in them that she was attracted to Ned by. So
I think, like, as the episode goes on and she gets to know the brothers, it becomes less. Because, like, again,
they're very, I don't want to say they're immature, but, like,
I think they're just naive.
Yeah.
And innocent.
They are. They have, like, an innocence to them.
Like, they also have this trauma, but, like, probably
they processed it in a different way.
I think the thing is, like, Ned, they both have the same trauma, but Ned had nobody, and they had, like, we find out the great Hermond.
Yeah.
And probably their mom.
Yeah, well, it sounds like their mother is still alive, so even, like, whatever that relationship is, at least, they still, like, had someone.
Yeah.
So.
Who could, like, coddle them.
Yeah, right.
There's so much stuff in this town.
I know. This is all encompassing. Oh, hello.
Delish. And so then we go to the show, and it's a nice venue.
Yeah.
We see some other performances. We see what's his name? I think it's like Gunther Pinkin, but he's a geek.
Yeah, he's called the geek. I'm pretty sure.
I think a geek's a term.
What does it mean? Isn't gleek when you, like, spit out the back of your throat by accident?
No, because then I get stuff on Glee. A jest or scoff, that's a gleek.
Did you search gleek? I
did. There's a mouse too, but I don't know what that means.
Geek definition.
I don't know. They say, like, a geek, which I think might be the term.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, the secondary definition, besides an unfashionable or socially inept person, which, like,
rude.
A performer at a carnival or circus whose show consists of bizarre or grotesque acts. So he has kind of grotesque acts because he swallows weird.
But as you see, like, in the thing where he's just, like, drinking and then he eats the glass, and you're just like, oh,
okay.
And then he tries to eat a mouse, and then you were like, more.
Don't regurgitate mice. Don't even eat them in the first place. Don't put yourself in the position where you're going to have to regurgitate a living thing.
Yeah, make sure
Don't do it.
Make sure it's dead and cooked first.
Yes. Oh, you're so dorky.
Farrah Pie Maker, come to our show. It's a magic show.
What do you got against a magic
He's fine,
show?
right?
He's got issues.
The promise of bloodshed.
Second lozenge.
A magical lozenge that'll make me forget they're putting on a magic show, which is the same kind of show my dad put on. So what they're pulling out of their magic hats isn't a rabbit, it's my childhood trauma. They're wearing it like a cape and taking it to the stage.
At least he's aware.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you all the shit that let me stop talking, so I didn't have to.
Questions. Don't you have a sea of questions?
It's fine.
There may be a pond.
Then dive in.
But anyway, so then we're at the show, and, like, the brothers are so excited that, like, their older brother gets to see them.
They're pretty stoked about the whole thing.
Yep, and then also, because, like, Chuck's like, why, like, come on, you have family now, like, that, because, like, she's basically putting, again, like we said, like, she's putting the fact that she can't talk to her mother onto Ned, who can be in contact with his family.
Right, she is projecting, to a level because, she wants to pursue a thing and she can't, so she's gonna try to do it through somebody else.
And then we find out that, because I don't know if you realize this, but, like, in the last, like, 2 episodes, we haven't really, like, brought up, like, it's been kind of brought up that, like, Chuck knows this information, but, like, we haven't really done anything with it until this episode. So she's been crank calling Lily to try to get her to say, yes, I have a daughter.
And strange revelation.
Remember?
Her Aunt Lily was, in fact, her mother, Lily.
We have an amazing Mother's Day offer for women who have given birth. Now, may I ask, do you qualify for... Our November cheese is... Have you ever had a baby?
Yeah, because she wants to hear it directly from the source. So, like, I mean, it's not that she doesn't believe anybody. It's just that, like, she needs to hear it from her.
Yes. But it's not working. And so she's kind of bummed out by that. And also, Ned's still having acid reflux, so Alice gives him lozenges, which he's just like...
He's downing them.
Down them, throw up. And then we see the great Hermond, played by
Oh yeah, what's the actor's name?
I know it is.
I know
I forget because I think I got his name wrong. Fred Willard. R.I.P.
Yes. Oh.
Already had a magic dad. It didn't work out.
And then he disappeared.
Another lozenge.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Are you the pie maker?
I'm a pie maker.
Hello, excuse me. Excuse me.
gone.
I feel I should hug you. Can I give you a big hug? I'm already hugging and there's nothing you can do about it.
I want a hug.
I'm not made of hugs. Perhaps you can take some heat off me. The boys are rather needy. Pretty girl. And you.
You've seen it. We've seen
Oh
it.
yeah, everyone. We've all seen him. We know who that is.
Yes, but he's the great Hermond. Where was I? And he comes to meet, because he wants to meet Ned, because he's like, oh look, it's like the Sap brother that of these like kids who I've been kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Mentoring?
Sure.
Sure.
Mentoring for years, and he's like, I'm gonna hug you, and Ned's just like, no.
He does not like that.
But then also, Hermione is basically like, it's so nice that they have a brother, maybe take some of the slack off of me. So then you're like, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, because apparently they're needy. Mm-hmm.
Like, he loves them.
Right.
But
yeah, as it goes on, you can tell it's not one of those things where he's trying to get him off his back, but
it's
just like, he's like, this is like these two grown-ass men, like, all right, calm down.
Ever had your breath taken, Emerson Cod? Leached from your lungs by a cement man, crushing you in a deadly embrace? Demented and cemented.
This is fine, right?
This is in no way going to end up poorly.
But look at Houdini.
Here, Mr. Cod. Then kindly return to the audience.
Tara, do you remember what happened to him?
He did.
Applause for Emerson Cod.
Correct.
Drowning, right? Also, this is a television show. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah.
Emerson Cod. It was no accident I chose you to volunteer. I invite you tonight to solve their murders. I live to amaze another day.
But not another day after that.
Oh.
Yep, and then we see his show as well. We also see him, like, he steals Emerson's wallet at one point.
Yeah.
So it's funny. But we see his, so his main trick is that he chains himself up with a bunch of chains, goes into a box, they pour quick drying cement into the box.
Yes.
And then weld it shut. And he comes out alive.
Yay.
What can go wrong?
So many things.
But like I said, wasn't Houdini fine in the end? As a ghost?
I think that you remember some events differently than I do.
No, I know that. He was a drowning death, right?
I think sort of. I think what happened, he
had a trick where like he was in chains and then
Yeah, but I think the guess was that earlier that day he was doing it like a trick where like somebody punches him and he doesn't react or something stupid like that. But the idea was somebody like punched his spleen and then his spleen like while he was in underwater like ruptured and that's what killed him. So I think that was the guess. Let me see if I'm right there.
A ruptured appendix. Secondary to ruptured appendix at 1:26 p.m. on October 31st, 1926 in room 401 at Detroit's Grace Hospital, age 52.
Okay.
That's specific.
Very specific.
He believes this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Something ruptured. I remembered a little more correctly.
I thought it was during a trick, though.
I also thought it was during a trick, but I knew it was because
it says, like, it was caused by a McGill University student who repeatedly struck Houdini's abdomen.
Okay, yeah.
I thought he died during a trick, though. Because I know, like, I thought it was, like, during that trick where he's, like, chaining himself and then he drowned.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, that was the most famous trick. And then, like, that elephant trick.
I don't remember the elephant.
I only know the elephant. Remember the Disney movie, Now You See Me? Or Now You See It? Not the one with Jesse Eisenberg.
Not the one with the real actors, but the other one. Oh no, is that the one with Frick? What was the actor's name?
Which one?
What was the actor's name? I don't know I don't remember the guy actor's name, but the other one was Ali Machaka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that one. That was a pretty good one.
That was kind of dark for a Disney movie. Like,
yeah, that was pretty good.
And it's like now wasn't a Halloween movie. I think Frank Langella was also in that, and he's like Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
No, I think the other guy was in... The main guy was in stuff.
Things.
He was in like that kids version of Lost that I watched on Discovery Kids.
What was
with
that?
Corbin
That
Blue.
Flight
29
Down. Yes, that was a good show.
I didn't even know you watched it. I had like books up from
I never read the books, but I watched the show. Like that show got kind of real at times. I remember
they were children on an island.
Yeah, no, it got kind of real. But that there was some drama in that show. I watched the finale when they got out.
Because I feel like you have to get them out if they're children.
Yeah, please don't let the children die on the deserted island.
They did good for the months that they were on there.
They did a good job. I mean, like, good for them. Man, yeah. Now I kind of want to go back and watch Flight 29.
I don't, because I feel like it's not going to hold up.
I'm curious. Now I want to do that. Is that available anywhere? Can we watch that
I don't
anywhere?
know. Yeah, I don't think it's available anywhere.
Oh man, that's it. All right, that's my new project is to find out where to find that.
Oh wait, Flight 29 on season 1, Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue.
You can buy it on Amazon.
I don't want to buy it. I just want to watch it for free. Is that so much to ask for?
You get the volume 2 from Prime.
Oh my god, how many seasons were there? Just 2?
That says volume. That doesn't say seasons.
No.
I think like 2 and then the movie thing.
Yeah.
That they did.
Ooh.
Anyway, Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies.
I don't know if we can ever do Flight 29.
I'm not sure we'll ever do that one, but it's just that's just a fun throwback. Good times. Anyway, so how did we get there?
Because we're talking about the Disney movie.
Yeah, okay, but how did we get there?
Magic.
Got it. Okay.
Anyway,
and then we're talking about Houdini, and then... So
Armand's doing the trick.
Yeah.
And it's a success.
Yeah.
This time.
But
he pops up under the table in front of Emerson. Mm-hmm. He's basically like, I need you to solve a mystery.
Yeah.
Because my assistants are being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Help.
Which seems like pretty serious.
Yes. Which makes me, and also, like, I guess, like, the way he said that made me think, like, man, this, like, if they ever did, like, a Pushing Daisies episode, like, and it was, like, Clue themed, that would have been fun.
That would have been very fun.
There's no, but. And then he's like, I live to perform another day, whatever. And then they were just like, but not a day after that.
Yeah, so we, like, no, this guy ain't gonna make it.
He dead.
Yeah, he's
gonna
die.
Yes.
Rip. Ripperoonie.
Tonight would have been our 200th performance together.
Aww.
I found her just like this.
Oh.
Except over there.
While we can appreciate and sympathize with your predicament, Mr. Herman.
Please call me great.
No. Not pet detectives. Pet detectives get paid a whole lot more. So you need to get to prestidigitating a little more green if you want to get serious.
Blow on my hand.
Man, give me my damn money.
Hooray!
So,
Emerson's
excuse me, the county prison town folk have arrived.
So yes, but it's funny because his assistants
are animals.
They're animal assistants, not like the people assistants.
Yep.
He's still got the people assistants.
But so there's a rabbit named Alice, I think.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yes, and then there was Fred and Ginger, the doves, and then Mercury, the monkey.
Mercury, the monkey.
So they're all dead and still in the place.
Yeah, they are.
It looks like they're in a freezer.
They're like frozen or something.
So what was it? So the Fred and Ginger died in after a coat trick got messed up. Mm-hmm. Mercury died. Sandbag
fell.
And then we find out later that Alice looked like she was poisoned.
She was poisoned.
Right. So ever since the first, I'm not gonna find out the murder of dead animals.
Right. That's not his deal.
But then
he's getting paid for it.
Well, he gets paid for it, so then we're good. But then also before that, so Hermond and Ned have a nice conversation.
But you can't sugarcoat that turd.
No, not effectively. What did you tell them?
What they wanted to hear, that their dad was an important man with important man matters to attend to. Blah, blah, blah. Please stop crying. He was ditching the kids at a Sunday matinee for Christmas' sake.
Yeah, thanks for looking out for them.
Didn't have any other choice. Every day after school, they'd pop by, looking to be taught some new magic trick or play with my monkey. He'd this morning.
And, like, her mom, like, seems nice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, it feels like he's kind of just, like, sick of Maurice and Wilson, which is not...
Yeah, well, it seems like he's one of those things where he didn't really sign up for the job that he ended up taking on.
Because he didn't sign up.
Because he didn't sign up. He's just, like, felt bad because you had these two boys who were abandoned at the magic show.
Because they find out, so, like, the dad took the Maurice and Wilson to this magic show when her mom was, like, new. And then, like, volunteers to do this, like, disappearing trick in, like, a box. And then the dad says, I'll be back. And then he does the trick, and then he doesn't come back. What a shocker.
Yeah, so he just straight up, just like...
And then her mom's, like, clearly like, oh, no, there's children here.
Yeah. So he kind of...
And comforts them, and then lies. He's saying, like, your father was... like, an important man who needed to go do something, and that's why he left you.
Right, because what else do you do?
What did he tell the mom? I think the mom probably...
The mom, I don't know. Maybe she figured that was going to happen anyway. But
I think she really figured, and then was just kind of like, all right, I guess.
Right.
It's fine.
But, yeah.
But also, like, her mom's, like, kind of being nice to Ned, and also, like, puts his, like, hand on his shoulder and is like, son... Like, here's the thing, like, they're just, like, needy, and, like, it's kind of, and also, like, and Ned kind of finds comfort in it, but then also anxiety.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
It was the promise. 30 years, 9 months ago, Lily broke that promise when she was impregnated by her sister Vivian's fiancé. Lily lived in fear. One day Vivian
That's not a visual I was expecting to see.
Well, I know how babies are made.
Thank you.
Is it gonna get worse?
Who the hell are you?
And then also, let's cut to Vivian and Lily.
Oh, yeah, because that's the thing that happens in this episode. What?
You're not okay.
No.
All right.
Let's explain.
So they're enjoying a pleasant night inside. And then suddenly the doorbell rings. And Lily's there with her shotgun.
Because that's how you respond to a doorbell ringing.
And it's Dwight.
It's that guy that we met the last episode.
Question.
He did not... Yeah.
So we came to meet Ned's father, but now that he's at Vivian and Lily's, were you having questions?
I was a little curious. Yes.
Because like you kind of get the feeling that like, did Ned and Chuck's father know each other?
Right, and we.
Like you kind of, for me, like I think in the beginning I was kind of feeling like they were just neighbors.
Right, like neighbors is in like people that you're pretty like you're well acquainted with if you live across the street, but that doesn't mean like you have like a history.
But
they have a history.
Right.
Who the hell he was Dwight
Remember?
Dixon. In his youth,
yeah.
Dwight Dixon brandished the blue beret of the United Nations peacekeepers. Together with Chuck's father and the pie maker's father, Dwight performed tasks of peace enforcement and, in the process, learned many things about his brothers in arms. Some things Lily would rather he not know.
Charles kept a picture of you. You were a mermaid. Charles never told
Where's
me.
your concern level?
That's probably the only thing
Rising.
he never told me about you. Boy, did he talk about you. When he wasn't talking about this one, which was 99.
We know something.
He knows
I'm quite the conversation piece.
Charles broke a lot of hearts. He only got his broken once. Knocked him for a doozy, too.
Do you have a point to this visit, or did you just stop by for snorts and giggles?
No snorts and giggles. Pocket watch. It belonged to Charles.
Remember?
CC in... Well... pocket watch.
Where's the pocket watch?
Till when it's time for me to go.
So they were in this thing called, what was it? Like the blue berets?
something like that.
Yeah, that's what I can't get the full thing. But it's like a UN peacekeeper thing, and they were in Egypt. So it was Dwight, Ned's father, and then Chuck's father.
Mm-hmm.
So many questions.
Yeah.
Especially because it seems like Dwight's not a good guy, and we know Ned's father's probably not a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that window opened and shut pretty quickly. We're like, maybe, nope.
Well, that's like, I keep having like these theories about like Ned's father, like that, like maybe something happened. Because like it seems like Dwight's in with, like we find out later about like his past. It seems like Dwight might have been in with some stuff, and I was kind of wondering was Ned's dad in with some stuff, and he wanted to protect his family. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, like, it's murky.
Yeah.
But anyway, but Dwight's here.
Dwight is here. Yeah, like we got stop speculating because he's here.
But at this point, when they were in the parade scene, it seems like that Vivian and Charles were engaged because he would talk about, or at least like dating.
Yeah, they were in some kind of relationship that was romantic at that point.
Yes, and he's like saying like, oh yeah, like Charles would talk about you all the time, and it's like seems so nice. And then he was like, yeah, like it was really upsetting that like he let this woman get in between you guys.
And it seems like that the three of them were all pretty close because they all shared a lot of things with each other,
including so Dwight, the affair. But so yes, so are you okay?
It is like a kind of like a because like
at least like when Olive knew,
yeah,
like at least like it was somewhat protected, like
yeah, we like trust Olive in a way.
We trust, but like, do we trust Dwight at this point?
We are continuously being given things to make us not trust him.
But Vivian does. Oh, we should probably mention this. So basically, if you remember that Chuck has a pocket watch.
Yes.
With, it's her father's, but it has his initials. And then Dwight has a similar one with his initials for DD, which makes me wonder, like, what is Ned's last name?
Right. Because we never know.
Or, like, what's his dad's? Yeah, because you never know Ned's last name. So it's like, is it also, like, a alliteration?
Yeah, we would assume at that point it's alliterative.
Well,
it's even funnier if it's not, because somehow that would just make it even more funny.
Because we know that his dad's name has to be illiterate, and then Chuck's is as well, but we don't know if.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's looking for these watches, basically, and also, but Vivian's definitely charmed by him, and then also, as Dwight and Lillian are having a conversation about the fact that like he knows, about this, and he's getting kind of creepy.
I'm not going to say anything to Vivian about what you did to her. That would be cruel. Not as cruel as what you did, but no need to quantify your sister's pain.
Hey, don't come for me, fella. I fight dirty.
While Lily was giving Dwight the stink eye with the only eye she had,
concerned.
Her sister Vivian a date.
Maybe not. Let's not. No.
As the great Herman took...
Yeah, like you can tell, like, we don't really know his motives, but his means of seem to be making themselves known of where he's gonna go to, how far he's gonna go to get the things that he wants.
He also like Tabasco sauce, like spicy, and I'm like, So like, But Lily leaves a note in his jacket saying, "Meet me at the pie hole."
Yeah.
So
because you know, she wants to talk without having her sister say things that maybe aren't true.
Or are true.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Conjuring Castle.
Of the night.
No, you see me. So much.
A murder investigation was being performed under the proscenium arch of his
poor monkey.
The monkey can't talk.
Well, he's also dead, which is why he really can't talk.
Yes.
That's true, too.
Yes.
Alice can talk. She's got burns on her lips and ulcers on her tongue. I think Alice ate the lettuce off the Great Herman's BLT.
Killer knows how to make a sandwich.
Yeah, the lettuce was supposed to stay on the sandwich and be eaten by the Great Herman.
Falling sandbag, the rigged jacket. The killer wasn't trying to kill animals.
The killer was trying to kill the Great Herman.
So, Olive, Emerson, Chuck, and Ned are backstage with the dead animals. And I like the line where Olive's like, I wish we could just, like, you could talk to us and say what happened. And then Ned's like, well, that's not possible because he's an animal. And then I was like, yeah, but also
because he's
dead. And he's like, yeah, yes. But then also, like, we're getting ideas that, like, the way that the animals were killed probably weren't meant to, like, because we find out that Alice the rabbit ate the lettuce off of a BLT. And basically, now Alice wasn't supposed to do that. So we're realizing, like nobody was trying to kill the animals; they were trying to kill Herman.
Yeah.
And then we hear a scream. All the audience is like, "Get out!"
Isn't it funny how easy it is to remain calm when everyone else is freaking out?
We did it.
Who did it?
I don't know.
That's the question.
The Great Herman performed that trick 1,000 times.
What do you do with all those cement blocks?
donated them to the Papin County Marine Institute to create artificial reefs. The Great Herman had a dedicated fan base of barnacles, corals, and oysters.
Yay.
And Herman didn't get out of the cement block.
No.
So...
He did not get out in time.
So probably dead.
He's most likely pretty deceased at this point, would say.
And then Maurice and Wilson are sad.
Yeah. Because, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah, and then also, we kind of get, like, and Olive goes comfort them, and then Ned kind of gets, like, his big brother gusto thing in him of, like, wanting to help them.
Yeah, I guess he has that, protective kind of instinct.
Poor Herman.
Where did
Fred,
Chuck
and
get that
Ginger,
coat?
and Alice, and Mercury. I want them all avenged.
It's interesting.
I'm sorry, but now that everyone's calmed down, I'm freaking out. I think it's the animal cruelty.
Don't freak out. I know. I'm gonna take care of this. Herman will be avenged. I don't mean vigilante justice because what kind of example would that be? I mean regular, go to jail for your crimes justice.
You gonna kick someone's ass for a pie maker?
Yes. I'm gonna kick someone's ass.
And the ass-kicking would commence with the ass that poured the cement.
Because also, like he said, like, when Herman called him son, it was kind of comforting.
Mm-hmm.
So... he kind of wants to, like, for somebody gave him comfort and also to help my brother. He's like, I'm going to kick some ass.
Yeah. Yay.
I also like, because, like, are you going to kick some ass, Frere pie maker? Cause they call
Frere. Yeah, they call him Frere pie maker.
So,
which is really cute.
Again, they're Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Ooh, we need a swarm of women superheroes to protect him with the gauntlet.
Oh my god.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
So we first talked to his assistant, Alexandra.
Mm-hmm.
And next to the spurned lover, the spurned employee rides shotgun on the homicide chuck wagon.
Herman and anyone he shared a stage with has ended up dead. Except you.
Which means you're the killer. Killer.
Or, also you're wrong. Someone else shared the stage with the great Herman. The geek.
Who would probably be the obvious pick.
Yeah, right. And, like, her motive seemed pretty, like, laid out as well.
That, like, was saying she was going to work as an assistant, and then eventually her mom would give her her own act.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen.
Never happened.
Which, like, kind of
8 years later.
Kind of dick move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that's, but, like, she's also, like, I mean, she's, like, but then I'm thinking, like, yeah, but that's really obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not.
Right, because if we know anything with this show, it's not always the obvious answer.
But then we talked to the geek, who seems like kind of okay and mellow.
Seems like, yeah, it doesn't really got a lot going on.
Hey.
So you like the comic books and action figures?
He's the kind that bites the heads off chickens.
Oh, animal rights groups put a stop to that kind of geek a long time ago.
Huh?
Yes. I eat glass and nails and regurgitate fish, frogs, and mice.
See, it's fine.
I'm working my way up to a kitten.
Regurgitating a kitten? That's a unique talent.
Don't do that.
I trained
Don't
my
do that,
body
please.
to do the... I pickpocket rings, watches, and keys and then regurgitate them later in my act.
Gross.
With all that happened, I forgot to give some of them back. Listen for yourself.
Okay.
Oh.
And remember, he doesn't bite the heads off of animals. He only regurgitates them. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's working his way up to a kitten. You're not okay.
Don't swallow a kitten.
He regurgitates them.
No.
Listen, it'll end up like exactly like that book, The Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly.
Yeah, and how did that book end, Dara?
She died, of course.
She died.
Well, because she swallowed a horse. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't swallow a horse.
But anyway, so then they tried to figure out where he was, and he was pickpocketing. Because apparently he pickpockets and then like swallows up and then regurgitates them back, which I'm like, gross.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't know. That's...
But then so then we do see like, he's like, I think it's 7 o'clock in here. Like, listen. So then Chuck goes.
Yeah.
But then, so then she hears the clock, but then also like her necklace gets like attached to a stomach.
Yeah.
So there's a magnet in there.
Yeah, I accidentally swallowed a magnet of some sort.
And now you don't. Double kisses, double hugs, the great Herman. Son of a bitch.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. There's so much going on.
You're not okay.
No.
So then basically we go to the morgue to open up the cement block, and it's empty.
There's nobody.
There's a card in there.
There's something, but there's nobody.
And it says, now you see me, now you don't. Double X is double O is the great Hermond. And then Ned just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because he's like, great, another father abandoned these puppies.
Right, yeah. So he's like, so we have like a disappeared person instead of a dead person, maybe.
Well, we'll
Possibly.
get to it. Mm-hmm. We'll get to it. And then we cut back to the pie hole, and Olive went back to feed Digby and Pigby.
Pigby.
Digby.
Yeah. Vivian.
Then why didn't you lock the
out.
door?
I thought we'd... I'm on a date.
Huh?
With a man.
Hey!
Evening.
Evening.
This is fine.
We walked
This
out
is
of that
fine.
sandstorm with our boots. Last one alive and kicking takes them watches into the desert and lets the sandstorm claim them.
That's so very romantic and poetic. And you certainly took your time to come calling. Charles has been dead for 20 years.
I've been in prison for 22.
Emotional or federal?
I'm going to say yes to both.
I do recall it. So does Lily. I don't know why she lied to you. I think she just wanted you to leave.
If she wants to keep that watch, she should keep it.
Oh, she didn't keep it. We buried it with our niece, lonely Tora Charlotte Charles.
Of course she is. She lost her daughter.
Niece?
I know what the relationship is. I'm just saying. The pocket watch is with Charlotte.
See, it's fine. Nothing's going to
Because
happen.
now he knew where to find it. Or so he thought. Just as our private investigators thought they knew where to
I'm
find
so
the
fascinated by this subplot. I'm also very scared.
Where's the great...
And then Vivian comes in, and she didn't call, which is what she's supposed to do. And then she's like, I want a date with a man. And then Dwight pops up, and we're just like...
We're like, ooh.
And then I was also like,
Yeah, right.
So then they have a conversation, and it's like, they seem like they're getting along, and it's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And then we noticed that, like we said, like he had like he had his watch, but there's like a slot of 3.
He has, it looks like a glasses holder opens it up, but it has 3 spots, so it's like he needs a complete set for something. And we don't know what. I don't even know what it could be. Some kind of MacGuffin-y thing.
It's a MacGuffin. Here you go.
It's a MacGuffin. Here you go. We need the complete parts of the MacGuffin so we can get the plot. Also, we learn here, he mentions like something about being in jail.
Because basically, he's Vivian's like, yeah, like I'm surprised you come now. Charles has been dead for 20 years, and he's like, yeah, I'm in jail for 22, and I'm like,
So like something happened. Yeah.
So he's like not a good guy.
Well, I mean, relative, because anybody can go to jail for like any reason.
Considering what he does at the end.
But we know he's got like a history of doing things that may not be seen well in the eye of the law.
Considering what he does at the end?
I think we can agree it is both within the realm of legally bad and also like morally bad. I think we can safely
It also kind of
assume
makes me wonder, because like we saw like Chuck's father as like this really good guy.
Yeah.
But like the fact that like they were all like friends, it kind of makes me think like, was he not a good guy at one point? Like,
right. Well, and then they're all like off overseas doing who knows what. So like that's a little shifty to me.
Like, was he not a good guy until like he had a kid?
Right.
But then also like I'm thinking like, oh yeah, Charles is a good guy, and then I'm like, wait, he cheated on his fiance with her sister.
Yeah. So like, dude's got a past that sure is checkered.
I kind of wondered like if he just like turned it around when Chuck was born.
Yeah.
Which like
which happens, that gives people motivation to be a better person.
God, there's so much interesting stuff going on.
There's a lot of like interesting like wheels that are a turning.
But then Vivian reveals like she does remember the watch, but they buried it with Chuck.
Mm-hmm. And he seemed like interested.
He's like, well, he's trying to be nice about it, saying like, I'm so sorry. It's like Liz upset. It's like she lost a daughter, and then both Olive and Vivian are like, because she's like, no, it's our niece, and then Olive's like, niece.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yes, I know.
So Olive's like catching on to some interesting, so
shifty.
I think Olive's picking up on
something
some stuff.
Shifty.
Yeah.
Is a happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, yes, I know, but you raised her, so it's like a daughter. And then he's like, I'm glad that Chuck has the watch. Mm-hmm. And then the narrator's like, because now he knows where to go.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no.
Oh, that's bad for so many reasons.
Why? Why would it be bad? We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Okay, so back to the stuff. So Ned has to basically tell Maurice and Wilson that like it was a disappearing trick. Whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Disappear. I'm sure he wouldn't have disappeared unless he had to. He's an important man. He probably had important man matters to attend to.
No.
Oh.
That's what Herman told us when Dad left.
That's why I said oh. It was an attempt to corral those words back into my mouth.
What did Herman...
Called for a volunteer. I'll be back,
Oh.
dear Dad said.
See, it's fine.
Yikes.
No?
Now he's gone. Forever.
Nope, see? It's a magic trick.
Forever.
I probably sound like some horrible missionary showing up and telling the natives they're worshiping a false god, but you kind of are. He left 3 sons. There really isn't a good excuse.
Did Herman tell you?
You wet yourself. We're 2 grown men with dad-related body fluid issues. I can't suck lozenges for the rest of my life, and you can't wear adult diapers.
I learned to control my bladder years ago.
Oh, good for you. Holding tighter isn't going to bring him back. It's not going to bring either of them back.
Aww. Just hug Digby. And Herman abandoned them. Like their father. And he's like not being like very precious about it. Like I think everybody else has, which I think might be a good thing for them.
Right.
Because like they need to not, we need to be like, no, these people are dicks.
Like, yeah, they just you gotta tell it to them straight. You know, they can't be coddled for their whole life.
Yep. Yes, and then I told you like how the dad left. Mm-hmm. And Ned just is like, look, like our dad wasn't like this great guy. He was just an asshole who ditched his kids.
Yeah. Which is like not cool.
Which is not cool.
It's hard to justify that.
Although you do remember at the beginning of the season when there was like a shadowy figure of Ned's father.
What's up with that?
That makes me think that like maybe something. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like
something.
I feel like it's a bit more gray. Mm-hmm. And like, cause like sometimes I'm like, if there's like a legitimate like your family's in danger, if like Inception, like Leo had to abandon his children.
Listen, I don't condone poor parenting, but if you're like Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, I think that we can let that one scoot by.
That wasn't even a good reason either. I'm just realizing that.
Yeah, no. Let's continue. Let's move on from that one.
No, I just need an excuse to bring up Leonardo DiCaprio, don't I?
Yeah, that I see what you did there. You can't fool me.
I was just thinking like, oh wait, no, but sometimes like they're like somebody's trying to murder your family unless you leave. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We're okay.
We're okay.
PA just went to lockdown again, but we're fine.
We're fine. We're fine.
We are
not. Look.
But you're tall. Yeah, but you have longer legs than me.
No, so like 6 feet is if I were to put my arm out, if you put your arm out, and then you see this is the negative space. This is
so
bad.
I go like this.
So like if we were like this is properly socially distanced.
This does not work for recording.
No, it does not. That's why it's so hard. That's why it's hard with my day job. Because I have people come into my office to record something, and I'm like, I need to get in your face because you don't know how to put a microphone on properly. Anyway, so that's just a peek into my day-to-day work.
Pushing Daisy.
Pushing Daisy.
So Ned's trying to like say to them like, look, like these are just like asshole people, so you need to like give up the metaphorical scarf that I don't know which one's holding it because they look very similar.
I think I haven't distinguished who's who yet.
I forget if they are. Hold on. Yeah, they are actually twins. So
good for them.
I don't know if it's like one actor playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of it?
Wasn't it in that block of cement with Herman's "Now You Don't" note?
Yeah, it probably should have been, huh?
Only one block of cement was forklifted out of the Conjurer's Castle tonight.
Which means the other one is still inside. The switch had happened somewhere between the stage and the loading dock when people weren't watching the blocks too carefully.
So then they let it go, but then Ned realized it's only half of a scarf. Mm-hmm. And the other half should have been in that cement block, but it wasn't.
But it's not. So it turns out
Herman's dead.
He really is dead.
From cementia.
Cementia.
Here's the thing. I was looking it up.
Yeah.
I found cement shoes or concrete shoes or Chicago overcoat.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I don't know. But it's a
mob term.
But I can't find cementia.
Yeah, I don't think it's a real thing. It's just a play on words.
Yeah, so weighting down the victim with concrete. But I did find this. Concrete has been used as a way to dispose of the body. In 1941, the body of Philadelphia racketeer Johnny Goodman was found by crab fishermen in a New Jersey creek, weighed down with 18 kilograms blocks of cement.
Damn.
Yeah, so it sounds like a mob thing, but that's like not the same though, because that's like weighing the body down with cement so that it'll sink and not
sleeping with the fishes. That ain't like, yeah, no.
Yes, but I literally, maybe because I don't know how to spell cementia and it's not in here, so I don't actually know if it's a real.
It's not a real thing. I looked it up and it's just like, no, nothing on people being.
So cementia.
Oh wait, it's on Urban Dictionary. What does Urban Dictionary say? Hold on. Oh.
It's like nothing.
On Urban Dictionary, cementia is the mental fog experienced after hitting your head on a hard surface like a sidewalk, cupboard door, or other hard surface. That makes more sense to me. All right.
Okay, so
death by cement. It's like, wow, what's that called? It's called
suffocation?
Don't do that. Anyway, we solved that mystery.
Using metal detectors to detect the metal of the shackles worn by the great Herman performing cementia. Two for the show featuring Olive
The name
Stone
is.
began their search.
I thought that was a real thing.
Is it
I always
actually?
loved a good treasure hunt.
Dementia is a thing.
I guess like dying due to being cemented.
Under the stage.
Needles at the
Especially
great
if you
Herman
die if
knowing
you
it
get
injected
stuck
herself
in a
with while
cube of
concording.
cement.
Yes, I didn't think there was a specific name for it.
Well,
Thought that was
we
just a
chisel it
given.
open. Too bad.
Have you been crank calling Lily again?
Not recently. Although that does depend on how you define recently.
Woman, don't you know people have caller ID?
Oh.
Yeah, Lily has caller ID.
These floorboards.
We did it.
Hello.
Did someone just turn on the cement mixer?
Who?
Cementia.
Oh.
So, and also like, Emerson's still kind of like, look, if I just would have went home, none of this would have happened.
Right.
But also, we go back to, so basically like, okay, so we got to find the second cement block in order to find out where his body is.
Right, yeah.
So then we go back to the Conjuring Castle with metal detectors.
Right, well, yeah, because we know that because they didn't take out a second brick, then he's still in the place.
Yes. So and then we find it.
Yay.
And then we're like, everybody finds it, hooray. And then also, we see like a shadowy figure who's probably the killer. And then Maurice and Russell like grab the metal detectors. And
They'll just go. They'll just go, all right, time to avenge. And it's like, I don't think you know how this works, honey.
Over there!
With metal detectors?
Bang like attack monkeys.
I'll take care of them.
Do either of you have a gun?
No.
I'm going with Emerson.
That's fair.
Don't be going around chasing murder suspects willy-nilly. What you gonna do? Use your Wonder Twin powers?
Activate.
No, so then Emerson goes after them, and then Olive line is like, do you have a gun? And they're like, no. And she's like, I'm gonna go with Emerson. Then they all go, and then Ned and Chuck, I guess, are just like chipping away to try to get to Hermod. And then as they're doing that, they see the geek on the ground, and you're like, weren't sure if he was dead.
What's that up his nose?
Maybe it's a small animal trying to crawl to freedom.
Is it a...
Nope.
Oh no, that's all the way up in there. He's gone.
The universe killed Herman to send me a message. And that message is that 8 years is long enough to wait for a carrot.
Yeah, well, my associates is out digging up that carrot.
Easier ways to get that message, honey.
See what the universe has to say about that.
As Emerson
Yeah, but sometimes you don't listen to the
away at
universe
his
till something
suspect,
dramatic happens.
the Playmaker and Chuck chiseled away.
You're not sure, because he has something like up his nose, but it's like really far up his nose.
Like, Olive like pulls at it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, nope, and then pushes back. He's like, nope, he's dead.
Yeah.
And then I guess Mace and Ralston find Alexandra. So we're still thinking like she might be doing it.
Right, because there's not really a lot of other people left at this point.
Right. So then we get back. We see Herman's, at least like his head and his hands.
The great Herman.
I live to amaze another day.
No,
you live. How am I talking right now? Not Dad.
Magic?
It's a family trait. Must have gotten that from your father.
But a magnet concealed in his shoe was not underfoot.
Well,
a magnet.
My freezer has a false bottom. Inside, you'll find my magic book of magic tricks and illusions. Give it to Maurice and Ralston. I like to
Keep it in the family.
And then we bring him back to life, and he's like, I lived to perform another day. And they're like, no.
You didn't make it.
So then Ned's like, can you just tell us how this works so that we can, like, find your killer?
Yeah.
So we find out that the trick is, I guess, like, most of the chains, like, weren't that locked in. Or he had a keys to it.
Yeah.
And then the way that he got out was there's a magnet in his shoe, which, like, opens the trap door, so then he gets out before the cement comes in.
Right.
But I guess, like, and then he closes and they make a block, and then they do stuff with it. Anyway. So that's how that, but then the magnet was taken out of his shoe, so then he got cemented.
He got cemented. Yes.
Time for my next trick.
With a bit of showmanship, if you don't mind.
Now you see me. There were supposed to be magnets in the Great Herman's shoes.
After Herman died, there were magnets in the geek's stomach.
So what?
So, Buttons. He ate the evidence. The geek's the killer.
So
that's how that worked.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. And so we try to interrogate Alexandria, but again, she's just like, I'm just trying to leave.
Right.
Let's be honest. And then Chuck remembers, oh wait, the geek had magnets in his stomach. So.
Which could be those very same magnets.
They are, and then he comes back to life and he pulls the thing out of, he's like a giant nail.
Yeah.
And then takes Olive hostage. And then he's just like, I think he doesn't think anything bad, or like he thinks he's going to be okay. Yeah. But then like everybody's around.
Yeah, right, because he's not alone. And so, yeah, no, he is outnumbered and outmatched.
They did not just leave me with a dead body.
Run, Olive.
Uh-oh.
Run.
Olive, no.
Run.
He's walking very slow.
It's dramatic.
Olive, are you okay?
I'm calm.
Hey, nerd, you need to get yourself a bigger human shield or something. You hanging out all sorts of places I could shoot. How about you just let wee lady we go?
Well, I have a gun, too. I swallowed a pearl-handled pistol. I'm cocking the trigger with my stomach muscles right now, and when it flies out of my mouth, it's going to shoot you in the face!
I did hear a click. Wait, it's a clicking. Oh, never mind, it's a watch.
You ain't shooting nobody in...
Yep, and then, basically we find out his story, which is that he was doing this thing, and he thought that he had, like, a father-son relationship with Hermond, but he kind of didn't, and just thought that his act was cheap.
Right,
anymore. So then he's like, I'm gonna kill him. So then he did that, and then hid the cement thing in there, and then he's like...
But Herman did not see a son in him, only a novelty act whose novelty had run out.
So murder.
Oh, he's so sad.
Herman
he's a
had
murderer.
conveniently arranged his own funeral in Cemench's life.
I would have eaten anything for that man. I loved him like a father.
Guess he shouldn't have called your act cheap.
That first beer bottle I ate for him was a promise. A promise he broke. He turned his back on me. Abandoned me like I was cheap.
Get it?
But being angry didn't help. Despite what he did to me, I still loved him, and I wanted him back. Now!
Ta-da!
The geek.
But the geek is, and the geek basically is like, Herman abandoned me for other people, and then Ned's like, and it's sympathizing and admitting that saying that like it's like basically because they're both like filled with anger about this, but like I think like at some point you need to forgive because like the act of forgiveness isn't really for them, it's for yourself to just like move on with your life.
Right. Get along.
But then they knock him out in a way and like under the thing. And then Olive kind of like jumps into Ned's arms. And then we did it.
Yay.
Regurgitator of fish,
Kitty.
frogs, mice, and now kittens, was arrested for the murder of the great Herman, a.k.a. Herman Gunn. But they knew there was someone who had waited 8 long years for that carrot.
We'll make you a photocopy.
And with it, Alexandria, the
fair.
assistant, would become the Great Alexandria, newest headliner at the Conjurer's Castle.
Hooray. Very
As
nice.
for the...
So then we solve that mystery, and the geek goes to jail. And also, because we forgot to mention, when Herman was alive, he said, like, here's one of my magic bags with all my tricks, give it to Maurice and Ralston. keep it in the family.
Yeah.
So then they find the book, and then they decide to make a photocopy for Alexandra, which is nice.
Yay.
I kind of like to think of, like, instead of being like, no, you should have this. Because that's kind of like...
We can both have it.
Hooray!
Yay!
And then she becomes the opening act.
Yay, good for her.
Or the main act. Whatever. Hooray!
Good for her.
Good for her. So then we find, like, Ned's a bit, like, more happier, like, he's giving pies to his brothers, and then also, like, the adorable romantic thing happens.
Yes.
So, Chuck and Ned go on, like, a little drive, and it's, like, a surprise for Chuck, and we're at Vivian and Lily's house.
Yeah, which is interesting.
As terrifying as it is, magic runs in my family. And I kind of like being Pharaoh by Maker.
Aw.
It's a nice feeling to be able to talk to the family.
Aw.
So go inside.
I want you to have that same nice feeling. Do you want to talk to your mom?
Aw.
Bring it up.
Because we don't know what exactly the plan is right now.
They have, like, a ham radio? Is that what that was?
I'm not sure if it's
whatever.
Some kind of radio device.
And Olive's in the house talking to Lily, and if you remember, she has like that bee brooch thing on with the microphone from the first episode,
right?
And Olive's like, "Hey, like you're still not really over this. Let's have a conversation about this.
Let's role play.
Let's role play.
Yeah, as a way of healing."
So,
have you ever role played?
Oh, I've role played. But never in a context I'd be comfortable role playing with you.
Not being her mother?
That again. Say, when you were a jockey, did you ride the horses or just beat them after they were dead?
We're not talking about...
Charlotte, there's something you should know.
I'm listening.
I'm your mother.
Bristow. Go on. Ask your sea of questions.
Me?
She can hear me?
Yeah. Magic.
I want to know everything.
I want to know everything?
Everything. Start at the beginning. Tell me about the day I was born.
Can you tell me about the day I was born?
Sister Mary came running with a crucifix and a bucket of holy water. She had ideas about the kind of spawn I was carrying. But after you were born, even she could see you were an angel.
Lily's like, I was like to Lily, pretend I'm Charlotte, and saying like, Vivian's not gonna come down, so like, you don't need to worry about her. What would you say?
Yeah.
So then Lily's like, Charlotte, I'm your mother. And it's like magic. Cause
and it's a very emotional kind of thing. Because you can tell it's a big emotional release for Lily. Because it's something that she actually, like, even though they're doing this kind of for Chuck in a way, it's something that she needed to do. Because she needed to get this information out. And not just by, like, sort of kind of telling other people, but by, like, really, like, having that direct one-on-one conversation. Because she's got to process that.
And also because, like, they have, like, a thing of, like, there's, like, a speaker thing, which Chuck can say into Olive's ear. And ask questions, and it's kind of like she wants to know everything, and Olive's like, But then it's like, can we start off with the day I was born? And then Lily talks about how like there was like in the middle of prayer, and like some of the nuns thought she was gonna have like a demon spawn, but it's like, well, when you were born, even they had to admit you're an angel, and it's really sweet.
It is very sweet. It's like it's very heartfelt.
What can ruin this?
It's like, can we ever have just one moment of happiness? Something else terrible is about to happen.
Oh, honey!
Yay!
Across town, Dwight Dixon was visiting the dead
terrible.
daughter of his dead friend.
Very terrible.
This is on so many levels. This is bad.
What's the worst that could happen?
So many things.
Like?
And found her coffin
empty.
Well. So Dwight, good guy, right?
Yay, desecration.
So Dwight's at Charlotte's grave.
Yeah, we know this. This is going to end great.
And he's digging it up.
He's exhuming it.
And then opens up the coffin, and oh my god, it's empty.
Oh my god. Didn't see that coming.
Like, we're not shocked. But now he knows.
He knows.
Something.
He knows something.
So. Not good?
Yikes.
Not good.
Yikes.
You okay? What'd you think of this episode?
I like this episode because it was we got some interesting information. I like this stuff with Dwight is very interesting. And like
concerning.
I just like it is very concerning, but I just like want to know where it goes because it feels like, again, like I said with the last episode, it feels like we're like unlocking things. Like we're kind of like we're shining light on some things that we didn't really know existed until now. So it's not like we're revealing things that we know we didn't know about, but now we're learning about things that we didn't know about. So I find that kind of interesting. And then the A plot has like those themes of like, you know, processing parental abandonment. So that was fun, and it feels like it's so interesting because the last episode like gave us this brief spot of like maybe Ned's dad did the things that he did for a reason, but then we were like, no, he's just an asshole. Ned's dad gives me like what I'm thinking about as we like learn more about his past and the past of like Chuck's father and Dwight. Yes, as we learn about that, it seems like there's like definitely like things that are, you know, things that are bigger, kind of maybe happening, and it might be like complicated. Ned's dad gives me Anthony Carver feels, and that you wouldn't know who that is, but that's a character from a webcomic called Gunner Creek Court. So I'm only saying that in hopes that somebody watching knows Gunner Creek Court and has seen Pushing Daisies and can be like, yes, I understand why you were getting that feeling. So Ned's dad gives me Tony Carver vibes, and then so I'd be very interested to see like how that plays out and if that would go down kind of similar paths. Not the exact same, but I get similar, again, feelings from that. But otherwise, this episode and last episode, both very good. I like the things that we're learning and the things that we're uncovering. So
I keep getting the feeling that like maybe they were all kind of like drifters and like having a good time in like life, and then maybe like Dwight and Ned's father like didn't really get away from that. It feels like Chuck's father like did. Yeah, clearly like he was a good dad to Chuck.
Right.
Like maybe because it seems like even like with the magic thing, like Ned's dad was probably good at a point. Because it seemed like he was there,
right,
for like a little bit with his kids. Because like there was some point where like, they clearly loved their dad until
like bad things happened.
So I'm like kind of wondering like did his past just like come back? That's what I'm kind of wondering if that's the case.
Yeah,
but then I'm like, but then you had a second family as well,
right? Like, yeah, hard to talk your way out of that one, buddy. Hard to talk your way out of that one.
Like, I have, like, this theory about Ned's dad, but I kind of want to wait till, like, we end to, like, discuss it.
Until we get, like, the full picture.
And then also, like, I don't even think it really works out fully if you think about it.
Yeah. But, all right, we'll wait to hear that one, because I am curious.
Yeah, so I also really like this episode. I guess I also like it because, like, I think it's this episode and next episode, like, the changes between scenes were fun, because it was, like, the curtain.
Oh, yeah, it had some fun transitions. Yeah.
The transitions were fun, and, what else? I like that we've kind of went back a little bit to the Lily is Chuck's father thing in, like, a good way and a bad way.
Yeah.
And also, I'm concerned about Vivian right now, because...
Yeah, she seems very sweet, and I don't want her to get in a bad way with things, because that's where she's going. She's looking to get in a bad way, and we don't want her there. So a little concerned.
Yeah.
A lot of concerned.
But also, like, Dwight now knows too much.
He knows too much.
Yes. I mean, he probably doesn't. I mean, yeah. And, yeah, we're concerned. But, like, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
So it looks like the only trivia that I have is the title refers to the famous refrain from the song Magic, which was first released in 1974 by Scottish band Pilot. And the song was also used in the opening promos on ABC for Pushing Daisies for the second season.
Yeah. I did not know that.
There you go.
I don't think I would have known that because I don't remember.
I think I kind of remember it, but it was the kind of thing like I saw then I'm like, oh, I think I remember that. Because like it kind of works. Also ABC.
Oh, ABC.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I don't have the comments up, but I think we have a fair amount.
We have some. I'm trying to remember where we left off last. Show me the date.
Which
we don't have to read the Riverdale one, but because then the rest is just Then the rest just our buddy Zom, and then, well, no, there's like 3 people.
Well, remember, so like Zom says, if you think the nunnery being close to the pie maker is odd, take this in mind. The creators of this also made the show Hannibal, and according to him, this show is made. And then
this show Hannibal and a show he made about a woman who
Wonder Falls.
Her inanimate objects talk to her are all in the same universe. So like, what a weird universe.
It's called the Fullerverse, and I don't know if it's like I think it's like there's like references, but I don't think it's like very because like technically Lee Pace was in Wonder Falls playing a different character, so I think it's like kind of like people exist and like actors kind of pop in and out. I thought you were talking about like. I guess when I saw that, I thought I was saying, like, oh, like, but, like, in Hannibal, like, they go to different places, and I'm like, yeah, but that's the FBI, and they, like, kind of show that, like...
they have to.
Also, a lot of it's, like, on the East Coast. Or, like, at least, like, within, like, that belt.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, Kind of explains. The Brady Bunch cast was insane. Oldest brother was hooking up with the mom. I think I told you that. Oldest daughter hooked up with the dad. Okay. And one of the middle sons and daughters were sleeping together. But they weren't biologically related.
Yeah. Nope, they just played siblings on TV. They didn't even play real siblings. They played step siblings on TV.
Well, I guess I get rid of straight, so it's fine.
It was all.
Wasn't there a thing in the movie?
It was all good heterosexual. It's fine.
Wasn't there a thing in the movie where the brother and sister like actually like?
I mean, that was a comedy version of the movie. It was. I
thought it was like an actual like.
No.
Oh, okay. No.
It was supposed to be over the top and ridiculous. And stupid.
I knew it wasn't like the main cast. I thought it was like that thing of like in the 90s where like let's like remake these old shows into movies.
Yeah, but I was supposed to like make fun of it. I'm gonna comment on Real Goon up here who's commenting. Who was watching some of our Gravity Falls stuff. So thank you for watching. But like I just feel like your opinions are really bad.
They differ from ours.
No, this was bad. Because this one says, well, no, okay. In Mirrored Begin, they say, that's messed up. Mr. Northwest didn't deserve that, of course, when he got his orifices rearranged. And then also says in the last Mabel Corn that Mabel is a bad person, selfish and appreciative, and human. Okay, let's be very clear here. Preston Northwest deserved every bad thing that happened to him.
Nobody deserves their orifices getting.
No, he was a bad person. He deserved. I mean, like his family's fortune was built upon the backs of dead, underpaid labor. And Mabel is a wonderful person with all her flaws. She may be flawed, but she is beautiful.
I was thinking like I remember like finding these videos like after we saw it saying Mabel's terrible.
It's bad,
and I'm like,
Mabel is not terrible. Shut up.
No.
She may be flawed. She may have things that maybe some things didn't go away. But no, she's not a bad person. I
think stuff doesn't go away, but then like when bad stuff happens caused by anxiety, like Dipper's also and like if we're saying that Mabel's not bad like as a bad person, Dipper's also not great.
Right.
They have flaws, they're human.
Yes, and they're children, they're growing. Right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, but also like fuck you. Is that too rude?
Yes.
Sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
No. I mean, I don't know.
Listen. If you're going to say your opinions on the internet, you better get ready for the backlash. I mean, because we're in the same boat. We got to expect people not to agree with us on certain things, and I think that's fine.
But this person's incorrect.
But like, there's a difference between having an opinion and just being wrong, and you're wrong. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
You want to read any more comments?
Maybe we should save those for the next time.
Okay. So that's it for this episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction.
Yay.
If you're watching us on YouTube, hi.
What's up?
And thank you. And you can comment and like and subscribe.
All that good stuff.
If you leave a comment, we will read it. Hopefully, if we don't forget.
Show. But be careful of what you write because we will be honest about how we feel about it.
Yeah.
We'll try to be nice, unless you say something that's not nice.
Yeah.
But you should leave comments. Regardless.
And I think we might want to... Do we want to announce... actually, I'll wait till the end.
We'll wait till the end, yeah.
So, other social media. We're on Facebook. You can like us there. And leave a comment somewhere if you want. Or like a post. Comment.
I don't know. Post things.
We're young.
Tag us
We're
in
young.
Things. We know how the internet works. Young people don't even use Facebook anymore.
I know.
So, like, if you use Facebook, you're, like, automatically, like... a boomer at heart, which is so sad.
We're on Twitter at Witty Clothes, so
tweet at us.
We tweet at us, retweet our stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Thank you for that. Podcast-wise, if you want to listen to the audio version, we're on iTunes, so rate, review,
tell your friends,
subscribe. That too. We're on Spotify if you want to follow us there. We have a Patreon, and we want to announce that we're going to start doing exclusive stuff for Patreon.
Yeah, we're going to do some exclusive monthly live streams.
We're going to do a first live stream. We don't have a date, but hopefully, probably this point I might have a video saying when the date is.
You'll know. Look at our channel. You'll probably know by the time this is up.
Yeah, so that's gonna be that's kind of gonna be like a holiday thing, even though it's gonna be after Christmas for everybody. But then after that, the monthly ones are gonna be specifically for Patreon.
There's a good likely chance that this video is gonna go up after we've had the live stream,
maybe,
or the same week we've had the live stream,
maybe.
So we may have already had it. Because think about it, because we still have one episode, then we have the one before this, and then this one. So that's 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We're that's January, baby.
2020.
2020 is almost over.
Thank God.
Maybe it's already over.
Thank God.
Yeah. Hopefully, if you're watching it means that we made it to the other side. We're still kicking.
And salad bars are back.
Let's not get a little overly optimistic here.
I miss salad bars.
That's okay.
Anyway, but after that live stream, they're gonna be exclusive to Patreon for a monthly thing, and then also either monthly or bi-monthly, we're gonna watch something.
Yeah.
As a group, and there might be something exclusive coming out, not exclusive, but for everybody over Christmas. But after that, we'll be watching stuff mainly for Patreon. So if you want to get that stuff, you gotta. I don't know what the tier is. Probably the $1 tier. Just to be nice.
We gotta look at that. But that's
fix
fine.
That. But I think probably for if you just give us $1 for that, you can join. You can hang out with us there.
A whole $1.
Yep. And but if you can't afford that, just do the other stuff.
Yeah. Just tell your friends.
Yep. And I think that's it for social media.
I think that is it.
We have an email.
Email us, wittyclothes@gmail.com.
We don't have an Instagram.
We don't have an Instagram.
Should probably make one. Because then we will not be boomers.
That's... what do you guys think? Do you guys frequent the Instagram? Do you guys like Instagram?
We don't know if we have any pictures, but I guess we just figure out something.
We don't make a lot of...
But I think you take a picture of something and then link it to a video.
But... God, you can tell how an experience throughout these things. Just let us know if that's a thing that you're interested in.
Yeah.
But if not, we won't. Anyway.
All right, but that's it. So for First Reaction, Fan Reaction, I'm Dara Whitman.
And I'm Cailin Clothier.
Peace.
Yikes.
And you thought he was a good guy, didn't you?
I didn't think anything. I'm suspicious. And now I'm extra suspicious.
That was fun.
I had a good time. Enjoyed that. That was a lot.
You okay?
We learned a lot of things in those 2 episodes. We learned a lot of things.
You need to get it out?
I think we should talk about it.
Okay. It's hard to...
Presto, change.